Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca, and with another edition of Their Business and My Views. This is where I come in and I run a couple of storylines down to you guys, and I give my thoughts and opinions on it. And the comment section is always open for you to be able, as the viewer, to weigh in yours. First story we're going to start with is gas prices. Yes, girl. I felt violated. Mm-hmm. I felt violated, child. As many of you have felt violated as well as you pulled up at the pump and the price to actually fill up your gas was extremely higher than you were used to. The previous high was $4.11, and that was on July 17th of 2008, according to AAA. That would come to around $5.25 today, then adjusted for inflation. When adjusted for inflation, the cost for diesel is nearly a record of $4.84 set back in July 2008. The price for a gallon of diesel now is around $4.75, more than a double than it was in October of 2020. After dramatically following the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the gas price reached a record, topping a high that had stood still for 14 years. Okay. One of the main components of the rising cost is the invasion of Ukraine by Russian armed forces. A global analyst for oil price information service said that it is the second largest oil producer in the world behind the United States. So be prepared for high gas prices. Be prepared for it. A barrel of U.S. crude oil is about $119.40 per barrel. The Brent crude, the international standard cost is $123.21 per barrel, and that was Monday. Prices are likely to keep rising. The fuel saving app Gas Buddy projects prices will probably reach average. Now this average, I know some of y'all got it even higher, but the average will be around 245 in May and stay over $4 until November. Americans have never seen gasoline prices this high, nor have we seen the pace of increase so fast and furious. It is a combination that makes this situation all more remarkable and intense, with crippling sanctions on Russia curbing their flow of oil, leading to the massive spike in prices of all fuels, gasoline, diesel, jet, etc. Okay, so be prepared that this hasn't ended. This hadn't ended. We're actually just beginning to see the amount of gas go up on us. So be prepared, go where only you need to go. And if you have a gas company card, girl, consider yourself lucky because everybody is not so lucky. I just was telling someone in the chat room that, child, I felt violated. Yes, I went over there to that pump and girl, I was violated. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I get it. I definitely get it. So be wise, people. Be wise. Now, the next story involves this young lady right here. And I'm going to play a little news clip real quick so that you guys can see exactly what she did. Hold on 1 minute.
To care for seniors with dementia is now accused of abusing them, and police say it was all captured on the suspect's own camera.
Now, we want to warn you, the details in this story are disturbing, but it's an important story to tell, and it just may help to keep others safe.
Police tell our Bob Jones that the state-tested nursing assistant now faces multiple charges.
Body camera video captured the arrest of 23-year-old Tierra Ford outside of a Massillon home. What she's accused of doing to some elderly residents at the inn at University Village has left detectives outraged.
Shock. That's about the best way to describe my reaction to this.
Massillon detective David McConnell says Ford resigned as a state-tested nursing assistant from the inn at University Village assisted living facility in December. But sometime before then, investigators believe she used her cell phone to record herself committing sex crimes on residents with dementia.
Some of them couldn't even speak. You know, they're the elderly. Didn't even know what was going on. And she did this for her own personal gratification.
McConnell says in February, someone who detectives are not identifying emailed the videos to the facility, which immediately contacted the police department. After a 2-week investigation, Ford was indicted on 1 count of rape and 2 counts of gross sexual imposition and taken into custody yesterday.
She admitted to all these, admitted to taking the videos herself.
Why was she doing it?
I can't really get into that right now, but there was definitely there's something going on with her.
In a statement, the facility said, in part, the safety and well-being of our residents is our highest priority. We have recently been notified that a former employee was involved in mistreating residents. We immediately notified the involved families, police department, and other appropriate authorities. Because of the disturbing videos, Massillon police are keeping their investigation open, wondering if there could be more victims. Detectives want to hear from any families who may have concerns.
I don't believe there are, but we're going to make sure that they're not.
Pete Van Runkle, the executive director of the Ohio Healthcare Association, says oversight of STNAs is done by employers and the Ohio Department of Health if complaints are made.
It would be because there was a complaint registered against them. It could be by the employer. It could be by anyone. They can be investigated and they can be put on the registry.
Van Runkle says facilities are also required to do background checks on STNAs.
There's a requirement for a fingerprint-based criminal background check.
McConnell stressed the inn at University Village fully cooperated in the case, and Ford is now in the Stark County Jail awaiting her court appearance on felony charges.
This is nobody to blame but herself.
In Massillon, Bob Jones, News 5.
I have never been so disgusted in all of my life. I have never been so disgusted by an individual. Look at her. She look a little special, need her damn self. But these people, you get this job, and this is what you do to these people. This is how you treat your patients. Let me read it to y'all. So y'all heard the news clip, but let me give you a little extra. This happened in Massillon, Ohio. A 23-year-old nursing assistant who was a former employee at the inn at University Village in Massillon was arrested Thursday on multiple charges of sexual assault of elderly residents at the assisted living facility. According to the Massillon police report, Tierra Lynn Ford of Canton is charged with 1 count of rape, 1 first-degree felony, and 2 counts of gross sexual imposition, both 4th-degree felonies. Ford was arrested at her home following a 2-week investigation that revealed video recordings of her sexually assaulting elderly residents at the facility. The authorities say they believe Ford used her personal cell phone to allegedly assault these residents. The videos were emailed to the facility in February by a person that the police are not identifying at this time. The facility immediately contacted police and has been in full cooperation with the investigation. Some of these residents that she is alleged to have assaulted couldn't even speak. You know, they're elderly, didn't know what was going on, and she did it for her own personal gratification. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't understand. What in the hell was she thinking about when she decided to sexually assault the elderly people who some suffered. They said these people were up to, some of the people that she's alleged to have messed with was 70 years old or older. These people, families have them living in this facility, expecting them to get proper care. And this is the kind of person that is in there doing the most. She's a stupid criminal, along with being a disgusting individual, because you were stupid enough to actually, you actually recorded yourself. And someone you must have shown those video recordings to felt some kind of way as well. And they sent via email copies of your video. And by required by state, the assisted living facility had to contact the police. There was a brief investigation. And as you saw in the video clip, she was arrested. I'm trying to figure out what was her end game. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with us as a people that we're so void of humanity, that we of compassion, of respect and dignity, that we would do something so appalling to people who are elderly people who are under physician care? This why back in my day growing up, it's things like this that we feared could happen. And that's why we catered our schedules around being home with the elderly family members who may not be able to stay home alone. We had to cater our hours around them so that someone would always be home, because we never wanted something like this to occur. Shame on Tierra Lynn Ford. Girl, you are going to prison for this, ma'am. And when them people in that prison find out exactly what you did, and they always do, I hope that the torture that you took those elderly, sickly people through, you receive that same treatment. Eye for an eye, honey. You out of order. I was so disgusted by this story, I started not even talk about it, but then it bothered my spirit. And I said, let me go on over here and talk about it with the people, because it is news, okay? So y'all get down in there. Well, it'll be a premiere, so y'all will be in the comments right along with me as we weigh in our thoughts and opinions even further about this one Miss, what's this girl helper name? Tierra Lynn Ford, 23 years old. Girl, go get you some help, honey. That's disgusting. Okay, the next story is we have lost one of a great actor in the world of TV sitcoms, music, and film. Mr. Johnny Brown has passed away at the age of 84. Brown played the building superintendent Nathan Bookman on the 1970 sitcom Good Times. Has died, according to an IG post from his daughter Sharon Brown. He was 84 and passed on March the 2nd. On the post, Sharon Brown stated that he was snatched out of our lives. It's not real for us yet. So there will be more to say, but not now. Dad was absolutely the best. We love him. Johnny Brown was bigger than Good Times. He was a seasoned entertainment veteran, regularly performing in nightclubs with his future wife at that time, June Russell. He dabbled in recording music, releasing Walking and Talking and Kissing Doll for Columbia Records in 1961. And he recorded You're Not Too Much to Fall in Love with Yourself for Atlantic Records in 1968. Aside from Good Times, Brown guest starred in many sitcoms during that era, from Maude to Julia, Archie Bunker's Place, The Jefferson, Fantasy Island, Punky Brewster's, Moonlight, Martin, Family Matters, The Jamie Foxx Show, and Touched by an Angel. Johnny Brown is survived by his wife of 61 years, kids Sharon and Johnny Jr., and a younger brother, Elijah, and 2 grandchildren. Johnny Brown passed at 84, gone but never forgotten. Now, I'm going to tell you, he was one of my favorite stars of He was one of my absolute favorite stars of Good Time. And I've seen him in some of these other shows that I listed, but he was so funny to me. And I like the fact that he could sing. Who knew that he actually had put music out before? So this man was multi-talented and will be missed. He definitely will be remiss. He will be missed. I cannot. Everybody remember Walona calling him Book. Child, sometimes that made my day because back then, language, we couldn't say as much as we could say today. The young people couldn't. So, child, when she come through there and say booger, I would get my whole life because to me, booger was cussing, child. And y'all know I loves me a nasty piece of cussing. So, rest in peace to Johnny Brown. My condolences to his family and his legion of fans who are still very much so alive today, and we are sounding off. Rest well, my brother. Rest well. Now, let's talk about Brittney. That would be Brittney Griner. The arrest of two-time U.S. Olympic basketball gold medalist Brittney Griner has left supporters anxious about her well-being and fearful that she might become a political pawn. Russian authorities say Griner had cannabis oil in her luggage and accused her of smuggling insignificant amount of narcotic substance, an offense punishable by up to 10 years in prison over there. It is still not clear exactly what Griner was arrested, when Griner was arrested last month, or where she's being detained now. See, that's the part that scares me. It's not clear where she's being detained right now. But escalating tensions between the U.S. and Russia over Russia's invasion of Ukraine has stoked concerns that getting Griner out of Russia will be very difficult. She's been there for quite some time already. Police, the state-owned Russian channel said showed a photo of Brittney Griner at the police station. Right now, everybody's just very, very concerned, knowing that she's been there for some time. She described being detached from the world while living in Russia. Being in Russia was kind of like in a bubble. Child, I don't know. I don't have no words to express this. I'm gonna link this down in the pinned comment, but God dog, man, they got her, and you just don't know what's going on with her, especially since the Russia is in the middle of this battle with the Ukraine. Girl, that's a lot to be worried about. I ain't lying. Um, According to TARS, and that's a Russian news agency, she was stopped in February. I got more details by Customs Control when a service dog reacted to the presence of drugs in her uh, gear, in her gear. And once she got to the airport, upon her arrival in Moscow from New York, the two-time Olympic gold medalist luggage was searched and run through X-ray equipment, and a vape cartridge of hash oil was found. Representative Sheila Jackson, who represents Griner's Houston hometown, called for the basketball star's release over the weekend. We know that there were some issues dealing with vape cartridges and other items, but let's be very clear. She said at a public event Saturday, Brittney Griner is a United States citizen. She was a guest in Russia, and I will be demanding her release. Let's just hope that they can get Griner out of this situation. I don't know how she managed to have anything what they deemed to be illegal in her suitcases, her luggage. But girl, I would be on pins and needles right now. I really would, because this country then went and invaded a whole nother country, and girl, it is going down over there. If you have been keeping up with the CNN and places like that, MSNBC, you know that it's no joke right now. And the worst thing she would want to do is be caught up in the middle of that. Now they're saying that they're not sure how soon they can get this girl home, if possible at all. And I know her family got to be on pins and needles. I saw that Yusuf from Ratchet Today had did a video earlier, and I wasn't able to catch it. However, I do want to shout him out and ask you guys to go over and check out his video. And if you are not subscribed to Yusuf from Ratchet Today, please make it your business to go over there and give him a click and a view, and a sub will do. Okay, do all of that. But I will link all of the articles to which I'm speaking of today. It won't be in the live chat when we do the replay, do the premiere, but they will be in the comments immediately following the end of the premiere. So you guys can click on each link and it'll take you over where you can read the articles for yourself. And I want to thank everybody for coming down and through. I try to keep these under 30 minutes because they are premieres, but I thank each and every one of you who support the channel and support me. I appreciate you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And remember, in closing, as always, you do not have to be great to get started, but you must get started in order to be great. And it is the depth of your struggle that will determine the ultimate height of your success. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I plan on doing the same, and I'll see you guys on the next one.